And here's your host for the tell-all recap. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Poe!
The tell-all is finally here. Woo. I can't believe I was finally excited to watch an episode of HEA for the first time in, 3 months. I was excited. So without further ado, let's just get right into the tell-all, part 1. So they have everybody arrive at the mansion the day before shooting begins. So the first couple to arrive are Patrick and Thais. And they're so cute together. They look happy. They're super excited.
I'm a little nervous for the tell-all just because, we're going to have all this time at the studio and then we're going to come back here and it could be a good thing. We get to know each other, but also could be a bad thing. It could be a lot of fights.
They're in awe of how beautiful and big the mansion is. They give themselves a tour and they pick out the biggest and the bestest room of the entire house. The next couple is Gino and Jasmine, and they look absolutely miserable.
I don't feel comfortable about living in the same house with Big Ed, to be honest. I don't like him, generally don't like him.
So they arrive at the mansion, they say hi to Patrick and Thais, and then she finds out that Patrick and Thais already chose their room. And she was like, oh my God, did you pick the biggest room? And they were like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I'm so jealous. She feels like she deserves the best and the biggest room because her marriage is the worst.
Give it to the rest of us who have a miserable marriage and live in a miserable place, a miserable life.
Look at the bathroom. It's so beautiful.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, remember when Jasmine was so looking forward to taking a bath in Gino's bathtub and she expected this really nice, pretty, clean bathroom when she arrived to Gino's house for the very first time ever? And when she saw his bathroom, it was so disgusting, it wasn't clean, and he left a doogie in the toilet.
We don't really even sleep together right now in our house.
What? She basically tells him, if you're not going to bang me, then we can't sleep in the same bed together. You're either going to sleep on the floor or find a different room. Whew. Emily and Kobe and Ashley and Miguel arrive at the very same time, so they say hi to each other, and I just thought they would make a really cute friend group.
How are you? I know. Mucho grande.
Yo también, baby.
Yeah. Same.
Baby, aquí.
Oh my God, I swear to God, Miguel is so funny sometimes.
Manuel and I are in a good place right now.
Ashley forgot to blend her blush. Oh my. I love the color on her though, but she just needs to blend a little bit more. The mansion is super nice. I'm actually shocked that TLC spent this much money to get a place this nice. Like, they cared enough to get a mansion this nice and this big. I thought they were super cheap and they were going to cheap out and stick them all in a motel, but they spent the money and I feel like the cast deserves it.
Gosh.
Oh my God.
I know. Look at my veins. Look at them.
You want a massage?
Yeah.
When you have gone through this, you know.
Thank you.
You know how it
Yes.
feels. Do you want anything to drink? Do you want a snack?
Oh, okay.
And Kobe is a pregnancy machine.
I know.
My God.
He's a baby maker.
Now, the guys are together at the bar. They're talking about how much they love having schmecks with their ladies. And then Gino's just awkwardly standing there. And the guys are all shocked. They're like, oh my God, you don't have schmecks with Jasmine? Like, how long has it been? 8 months. And then he goes, but I never had this problem with any other relationship. It's just Jasmine. Yikes. She's going to be so mad when she hears this. Next to arrive in the mansion is Liz. And she looks great. She's never felt better after dropping 230 pounds of dead weight. Then the dead weight arrives and he walks in and he's like, hi, everybody.
How y'all doing?
And he goes to the bar and everybody's like, all right, let's take a shot. And they all take a shot together. What I'm noticing is the drinks are flowing, honey. I think the producers filled the mansion up with alcohol so that they can drink as much as they want and get everybody loosey-loosey for the drama.
You got it, Ed? You okay?
Oh my God.
You okay?
Liz and Ed finally talk and it's so awkward. The very first thing Ed says is, Liz, well, I did miss you. And she tears up. Oh God, this must be so freaking awkward for her. You can tell she's kind of hurt and she's trying to be like casual, but then she can't. I don't know. She starts tearing up and then freaking Ed starts crying. Like, why the hell are you crying? And he's like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry, Liz. And Liz is like, Bitch, don't you dare cry.
Ed's reaction, he crying. Is it crocodile being genuine?
What's crocodile tears?
How does Patrick not know what crocodile tears are? Also, I don't know who said this. I don't know if it was Patrick or somebody else, but someone definitely clocked Ed and said that he might be crying to gain sympathy so that he can get laid. And I can totally see him doing that because I'm pretty sure he's done that before. Lauren and Alexi enter the house and Liz warns Ed because, you know, they have beef. And oh my God, they are drunkity drunk because Liz accidentally calls Ed baby.
Oh, baby, are you ready? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to call you that.
Oh my God, I can't believe that actually happened. It just slipped right out so naturally, but he didn't even hear it because he's so drunkity drunk. He's like, what did that mean? I don't know.
What'd you call me?
I accidentally called you baby.
Now it's Rob and Sophie, and they look even more miserable than Jasmine and Gino. Sophie has a lot of anxiety because she understands that everybody in the house is going to wonder why they arrived together. Like, did they get back together? But the truth is, he did break up with her at the end of the season, like we saw, and then they didn't talk for months. But then recently, they started hanging out again. So they're kind of just chilling because they're not having schmecks either, but they're chilling and hanging out, and they're kind of like seeing each other a lot, but they don't have labels, and there's no strings attached. Okay. Everybody in the mansion is having a bunch of fun. They're getting to know each other. They're catching each other up. They're drinking and they're just vibing. It looks a lot of fun. I wish I were there.
Are you guys having sex?
Don't look at me, you answer it.
Okay, so that's a big fat no.
Nah, things are not what I would like for them to be.
Then why the freak are they even hanging out? Like, if they're not even gonna get a good bang sesh out of it, why be around each other and bicker and fight all the time? Like, it literally doesn't make any sense. Like, are they masochists? Ugh, wait, so I thought all the couples were there. But no, there's one couple missing, Michael and Angela. The producers tell them that they're not coming tonight and they'll actually be at the tell-all tomorrow. And everybody's like, oh, that's weird. Why aren't they coming? Angela always comes to these things. Why isn't she here? And then Emily brings up a really good point as to why she didn't come. If it were just Angela, like it has always been, she'd absolutely be there. But now that Michael's physically here in the flesh, he can share his side of the story. He has a voice, and Angela probably doesn't like that. I thought that was an excellent point. So the next morning, everybody arrives at the studio. Apparently, Gino and Jasmine had a huge blowout fight in the morning.
He was super rude to me, yelling at me. He didn't even help me with the bags or anything. Super rude.
Not after you're a bitch.
You know what? I'm not even surprised anymore. He probably calls her a bitch a lot.
Everyone's telling me, oh, Gino, be intimate with Jasmine. Why aren't you sleeping with Jasmine? This is why. This is exactly why. Because her attitude and how she treats me like dirt.
Yeah, but what did you do to make her yell and be in a bad mood and be a bitch to you? Guess who enters the studio? Michael mother effing Ilasami. Woo! Welcome to America, Michael. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh my God, seeing him physically at the tell-all is kind of incredible. Angela's getting her makeup done. Ed goes in to see his bestie to catch up, and she tells him about how she and Michael have been fighting so much.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it, man. I just wish I never brought him here.
And Ed says, send him home. Don't wait, Angela. Don't wait. Send him home now. Do it now. Honestly, I feel like Ed only talked to her because he's scared of her and he doesn't want her to chew him out later. He needs allies. Nobody likes him. Oh my God, then he turns right around and says, well, I gotta hear Michael's side of the story. Like, dude, Angela's gonna see this clip and cuss you out. Everyone is so welcoming to Michael, except for Angela. They're like, oh my God, Michael, welcome to America. Congratulations. They're all happy for him. So he sits on the couch with the rest of the cast members behind the stage. And as soon as she sees him, she yells at him again and tells him to get out of her effing face.
Why don't you tell him why I'm upset?
Yeah.
Why don't you let you talk?
I told them.
You told them what? How you sleep in the living room? How you have your wife in 2 months? Let's talk about it. You goddamn bitch is somewhere in New Jersey. Is that why you're sleeping in the different room?
Honestly, they need security on standby to protect Michael because Angela will slap a hoe.
Michael cheating on me online. Then I got a voice note.
Love you and I miss you.
Can you believe he said that to this girl?
Oh shit, I totally forgot about that. Oh, okay. Listen, I believe Angela when she says Michael just used her for a green card and that he's cheated on her and is still cheating on her. But if she knows that he's being the good guy and everybody loves him, then maybe she should use her brain and stop verbally abusing him and probably like physically threatening him. All right, all the couples are on stage. Sean walks out and they officially start rolling. Sean starts with Ed and Liz, and he talks about how he is not focused on dating right now because he's walking with the Lord.
I'm actually back at church.
You were on a dating app within 1 month of me leaving.
Oh.
Then they talk about the actual breakup, and Ed says Liz isn't telling the truth about the taco story with Riley and how the taco was too spicy. He tries to tell his version of the story, and nobody believes him. Like, literally no one believes him. And then Ashley raids him, and oh my God, that was so satisfying. I am so glad Ashley is back. I totally forgot that she sets everybody straight, and I fucking love it. Like, I'm the type of person who can't get their words out articulate. Like, I just can't articulate. I stumble like I'm doing right now. I stumble on my words, and sometimes it just takes me so long to figure out what I want to say, and she just says it so easily, and it's just so satisfying. I freaking love her. All right, so Ed and Liz are fighting in their confessional.
Just go back to your trashy friends in San Diego and be a bartender for the rest of your life.
He's got a small penis. There we go.
Oh my God. I mean, I can't even blame her for saying that because, like, he always takes the first jab. He's always going in there first. And then when she says something back or fights back, he's like, oh, see, look when I got her like that. They bring Liz's mom on stage, and Sean asks her, so how do you feel about Ed?
I still want to kill him.
Oh my God. Y'all, if Ed is dead, we all know who did it. Liz talks about her new boyfriend, Jason, and she gets really emotional and how supportive and gentle he is and how patient and understanding he is of her. And she was like, oh my God, Jason said, like, I can do whatever I want to get closure with Ed. Like, I deserve that. And what kind of guy does that? Like, he's so good to me. So nice. And then Jason walks out and everybody's like, woo, Jason.
I hate to ask you this, but we heard you remark about Ed. How's the love life with you and Jason?
Does Jason have a bigger penis?
Tell us, girl. I've never faked it once.
Okay, yes.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird with Ed right there. And like, they're constantly talking about how short he is and how little he is. And then his wee size. Like, come on, do it behind his back. Don't do it in front of him and on camera for everybody to watch. Next is Gino and Jasmine. Jasmine talks about how she had to rely on Gino to get anywhere, to go anywhere, to do anything because she couldn't drive. But she finally got her driver's license recently. So everyone's like, oh my God, congratulations. But it took a lot of begging and pleading to Gino to finally get it. Sean asks the most important question, did he finish that 20% of her paperwork and finally submit it? And yes, he did. Surprisingly, he did. Finally, it only took 8 months.
So that's huge. I mean, that's something
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, after...
But I don't get any credit for all this work I've done for the K-1. I'm not going to continue the green card process if our relationship is falling apart rapidly.
Then you shouldn't have brought her over here.
He actually admitted to waiting it out because they were fighting a lot, so he was just like waiting to see what happened. And then Lauren and Ashley point out that he brought her here, he made the commitment, he made the decision, he frickin' married her. Like, he got married to her. And now he's going to wait it out to see if she behaves, to see if she deserves the citizenship before. Like, that's gross. That's why it took him so long to process the paperwork, because that's pretty much the last thing he has left that he can hold over her head to control her. Then his cousin Dana and his wife Michelle join the stage, and they side with Jasmine because they have brains. Okay, then we find out they haven't had schmex for 8 months, and then everybody's like, come on, do it, Gino. Gino, why aren't you banging your wife? Come on, what's wrong with you? Bang your wife, bang your wife. Which I gotta admit, I hate Gino, but it made me feel uncomfortable. I don't think people should pressure someone to have schmex with their wife or husband or anybody for that matter if they don't want to. But the problem is his wife is telling him, actually she's begging him for some attention and love. She is telling him she doesn't feel desired, doesn't feel loved by him, and he's not doing anything. anything about it when she is so negatively affected by this? He doesn't want to do anything. He just tells her it's her fault. It's her attitude problem. So then she apologizes and tries to change her ways, but then he still doesn't want to address it because he needs more time. And then they fight again. And then it's an issue all over again and again and again and again.
He talks about how much I have hurt him with words, and I have apologized so many times to Gino. Hug me, kiss me, not even sex.
That's what I said.
He said, like, stop forcing me.
If he actually cared for his wife, and his wife is begging him for some love and attention, then he needs to address it. Go to marriage counseling, go to a sex therapist, do something to show her that you're trying, that you're not trying at all. All you do is deflect and blame her, and that's it.
Like, this situation is so bad. He doesn't even want me to see him naked.
Now, this is where Jasmine loses me a little bit because she goes a little too far by saying something or exposing him too much to kind of embarrass him. For example, she tells everybody that Gino won't let her see him naked. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. He just won't let me see. I don't know, maybe he's just insecure. Did you think about that? Then they have the discussion of his corn consumption. Anytime she leaves the house, apparently she comes back to him consuming corn. Like she's literally walked in on him. And then she exposes what kind of corn Gino likes.
I don't know if he washed them, but at least in the search bar, the history, they were there. Before me, he had like sugar baby.
Side chick.
He was paying her, okay, to put it that way. And he was looking at her videos.
That's a problem. Can you imagine finding out your partner's been watching intimate videos of their ex? Hell no. Well, that's it for the tell-all part 1 recap. What did you guys think? Are you looking forward to part 2? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!
We're obsessed with TLC, all the trashy reality. 90 Day Fiancé is the best. Can't get enough, need no rest. It's a recap,